Hi and welcome to edition 6 of Lisburn Distillery TV. I'm Colin Hopkins.
And I'm Lydia Campbell, and in this week's show we will be reviewing the Whites' recent exit in the Irish Cup alongside highlights from the game.
We'll also be speaking briefly to Josh Bunting, fellow White supporter who's currently studying at university in Manchester.
Before looking ahead to this weekend's match with Dundela in the league.
And finally we'll give you a catch up on all the latest scores in the Lydia versus Colin forecast challenge.
So Colin, I see you've got a new hairstyle for this week.
Well, thank you for noticing. It's nice to know that. Yes, I just thought with the show going sort of so popular at the moment, so many people even watching from overseas, I thought it was only right to try and improve the image a little bit, or do what I can anyway. So big hi to all the viewers who are tuning in tonight from overseas. Maybe to see me, maybe to see you, I don't know. I know they're tuning in anyway. Regular viewers will also know that we're in a different location tonight. Usually we tend to be in the distillery boardroom, but tonight we went down to the club, and unfortunately due to problems with the alarm system, we weren't able to get in, so we've ended up having to come back to my actual house, so hence the change of venue. I hope you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, it's fine, it's
That's
fine.
Great.
Well, anyway, thinking back to the football, it was a disappointing weekend for the Whites whenever they crashed out of the Irish Cup 2-1 to PSNI despite a really gutsy performance.
The good news is, however, we do have match highlights from the game thanks to Ronnie Hawthorne from the PSNI, and here's exactly how the Whites got on last week.
So Colin, what were your thoughts on the game on Saturday?
I came away from the match disappointed that would exit the Irish Cup, of course, but very proud of the boys. I thought they put on a very professional performance on the day. It's just unfortunate the goal came so late that we couldn't really turn it around, but we certainly matched PSNI stride for stride. I think a draw would probably have been a fair result, but just that's the way football goes sometimes.
Yeah, just one of those things. But on Saturday we can look forward to Dundela, a team who we beat previously in the season. What are your thoughts on that?
Hard match. Dundela, although they're lower placed in the division, they still have quite a number of games in hand to catch up. Win a few of those, and all of a sudden they could soon jump up the table. Yeah. It's going to be a hard match. The hen run, as it's known, is always a notoriously hard place to go to get results. So we'll certainly have to play at our best once again if we're going to get results in that game. Yeah,
certainly. I mean, from the last game, we won 2-0, but it was tight. We took our chances very well, but I think Dundela came away from that game disappointed that they didn't reach the level that they can reach. And you know, a team who have been in the final of the Stevens Sons Cup this year, you know, they have a bit of history with that competition, but that shows you this is not a team who are going to roll over. Certainly not.
Certainly going to be a hard match. There's no doubt about no doubt about that at all.
Definitely. Well, after the PSNI game, Lisburn Distillery TV caught up with Paul Young to get his thoughts on the game and looking ahead to the game against Dundela on Saturday.
Okay, Paul, that was a disappointing outcome today. Disappointed?
Boys are very disappointed, to be honest, because I thought we played well in the first half. Going well, and I thought we could have maybe had another goal in the first half because of our play. But obviously we didn't get it, and then it's still taken in the second half. So it is, and just a wee 20-minute spell in the second half, they sort of got on top of us and got their goals.
Yeah. Is there anything we could sort of done to prevent the goals, maybe? I mean,
well, I think there was a couple of wee errors just leading up to the goal score was, but obviously the boys done their best and just one of them things, so it is.
Yeah, most things is right. Next week we're back to league action away to Dundela. Important to try and turn things around from next week then.
Oh, well, league form's the most important. Obviously, a couple one's good to get, but the league's the main thing I want to get. Try and get up as high as we can in the league and push on. Obviously, we've got 2 away games coming up, but I think we can go and take points out of some of them.
How high can we finish in the league? What's your
estimate? I would love to say first, but at the minute we're sitting in the 5th, so I just hope we can get as high as possible, get into the top 6 for the split coming anyway, and see where we go from there.
Okay, Paul. Thanks very much for the interview. Thanks. So that game against Dundela takes place this Saturday, which is Saturday 14th of January. Kick-off at Wilger Park is at 2 o'clock PM, and as usual, if you want to come down and support the Whites, we'd be more than grateful of your support on the day.
Next up at Lisburn Distillery TV, we caught up with Josh Bunting, who many of you will remember as the Matchday reporter from the past 2 seasons.
Josh is currently over in Manchester studying for a sports degree, and during the week Lydia caught up with him for a quick interview to see exactly how he's getting on.
So Josh, would you just like to remind everyone what your role was here at Lisburn Distillery last year?
Yeah, my role here at Lisburn Distillery was obviously to write all the match reports, and I was here 3 years since I was 17, and I'm very thankful for such a young guy to get a chance, and it's always what I wanted to do, and I'm thankful to Colin for giving me the job. Unfortunately, on the pitch it wasn't so successful last season, but I did really enjoy my time at the club.
Excellent. And so you're now over in Manchester. You're studying a sports multimedia degree. Would you just like to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, I'm in Manchester. I study at UCFB, and this semester we've been learning about just the techniques of sports journalism in general, and obviously with being at Manchester you've got so much opportunities. I've been with Sky Sports this year with Peter Smith. He came in to do a commentary course, and I've been to 4 games this year to commentate on, and Huddersfield Wigan was one of them in the Championship, and it was seriously one of the best experiences I've ever been on, so I've really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Where do you see yourself then in about 5 years' time with this? Is this the long-term goal for you?
Yeah, of course it's long-term, but at the minute I'm just going to take it a year at a time, just focus on obviously graduating from university first.
Brilliant. We'd just like to wish you all the best for that, and thank you very much for doing our interview. Now it's time to get the most recent results in the Colin versus Lydia challenge, where Colin and I go head to head to predict the scores in the league, with the loser having to wear either a Chelsea shirt if Colin wins, or a Fulham shirt if I win. And you can tell by Colin's shake of the head here that currently I'm in the lead.
It wasn't a good week for Team Hopkins, let's be honest about it. Looking back at the scores from last week, few of the games we didn't pick up anything, it has to be said, because we were both so bad at it. But in the game between Sporting Leisure and Banbridge, I said it would be a draw. You said Banbridge would win. You were right, you got a point. You were a point ahead of me. And then the last game of the day, the one which is the crux, which has changed the whole flipping complexion of the thing, was the game where Queens went to Myola Park. Now, after 92 minutes, you said Myola Park would win 2-0. I said they'd win 2-1. And 92 minutes, so we're leading 1-0, so it was a point each. We were both happy. But of course, in the 93rd minute, no less, you got so jammy that Myola got a win and another goal and won 2-0, so you picked up bonus points.
Smashing.
So anyhow, after this last week, should I say, it's 5-2 now to Lydia. So I really am having to chase her this time around.
Brilliant. So we'll have a little look at this weekend's Premier Intermediate League fixtures and make our predictions. So we'll start off with Donegal Celtic versus Banbridge Town. What are you going for?
I have to perform this week, let's be honest about it. That's a hard one to call. I'm going to go for a draw on that one. I think we'll see a 1-1 draw.
Ooh, right, well, I'm going to go for the league leaders. I'm going to go Donegal Celtic 2, Banbridge Town 0.
I could hit you very quick.
So next up we have Sport and Leisure Swifts versus Queens.
You go first with that one.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Queens haven't had the best of runs, so I'm going to back them to get back to winning ways. I'm going to go 2-0 Queens.
I'm going to go 1-0 Sport and Leisure.
Okay, right, fair enough. Then we have Bangor versus Limavady.
Bangor. were 3-1 up last week and lost 5-3 in the end to Newry. So Lima Valley disappointed me last week because I didn't get the result I'd hoped they would, but I can see that being a draw as well. I'm going to go 2 each in that one.
Okay. I was going to go for a draw as well, but I'm going 1 each.
Okay.
Next we have Moyola Park versus Newry Town. And I'll start this time.
Okay.
I am going to back them to win again. 2-0 Moyola Park.
You love Moyola Park, or Myola Park, whatever you want to call it. That's a hard one to call, to be honest. I think Newry have got back to winning ways, and I think they might just sneak a win up there. I'm going to go 1-0 to Newry.
Okay, right. And last but not least, we have Newington versus Tobermore.
Newington haven't played in a few weeks. I haven't seen their name about, so
I'm convinced they haven't played any games this season.
I think Tobermore to win 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to back Newington. 2-0 Newington.
Okay, Mama, as usual, we'll give you all the latest updates on this on the next episode next week. Hopefully by that stage I'll be in front.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. So that's just about it from episode 6 of Lisburn Distillery TV. Thanks so much for watching, and the exciting news is we can add another viewing country to the list this week. Gavin Moore has got in contact with us from Belgium to say how much he is enjoying the show. So thanks so much for that, Gavin.
Yes, it is. It is indeed great to see so many viewers tuning in from overseas. We really do appreciate hearing from you. If you want to get in touch with us, just drop us a line through Facebook or indeed just email us on the address on the screen there. But thanks very much for watching. I've been Colin Hopkins.
I've been Lydia Campbell.
Come on, you Whites!